Hi everybody, welcome back to Jane's On Point. Today I'm going to be talking about some travel hacks and travel tips to take your traveling to the next level. A few of my favorite things, so stick around. Obviously the biggest travel hack there is taking full advantage of hotel loyalty programs, airline miles programs, along with those that your bank credit cards offer. Using a travel credit card that offers points or miles is a no-brainer. So let's talk about a few tips and tricks or hacks to take your traveling to the next level. The first tip I'm going to give you is to sign up for every loyalty program you can. I'm talking about hotel loyalty programs, airlines, cruises, casinos. Sign up for all of the ones that you think you'd use and even those you think you might not use, because you never know when they may come in handy. Think about places that you want to stay. Think about places that you may travel to in the future. Think about places local to where you live that you might go for a weekend getaway. Sign up for those and get it all out of the way. Most of those accounts, if not all of them, are free. The second bit of advice I want to give you is when you're booking a trip and you're overwhelmed by everything and where to go and what to do and what to see, use a booking agent. Use a travel company that will book these for you. One of my favorite booking sites is 10X Travel. They can take the amount of points you have, take where you want to go and your dates, and create a whole itinerary for you using points and miles, unlike a travel agent who isn't going to do that. Next, when you're searching for hotel stays, flights, use incognito mode on your computer. You'd be amazed at what a difference that can make when you're searching for flights, especially if you search over and over and the cookies are getting stored in your computer. It can alter the system and alter the prices. So use incognito mode. Use search sites like Points.yay, Point.me, Seats Arrow, Expert Flyer, or Roam. Using these sites can help you see where you can use your points and the best options out there to get you the most for every one of those points. And when you're using those sites, if you have flexible dates, you'll even have more options. And I encourage you to compare prices over different platforms and different sites. My next bit of advice is 99% of the time true. Do not use the booking portals that you can book through on your Chase or your Citi credit card websites. Those booking portals tend to have higher redemption rates. You can book something for far less if you transfer your points out. So familiarize yourself with your bank's transfer partners. For example, I was going to book a Marriott hotel in Playa del Carmen for a night, and through the Chase portal they wanted 27,000 points. When I transferred those points to Marriott, it required 7,000 points. So you can see exactly what I mean. Another great search tool that people don't often realize is the Bilt, B-I-L-T, credit card website. You do not need one of their cards to use their site, and it's a great site for searching for Hyatt redemptions. Make sure you choose the minimum night stay or it'll show you no availability at all. For example, some require a 3-night minimum or a 2-night minimum. Make sure you enter those and you can see the availability and the calendar of the redemption rates. So sometimes things happen and we have to cancel some plans. Now, if you want to cancel a hotel room and you're within that window of canceling but having to pay a fee or losing a whole night stay, what you can do is rebook it. Call the hotel, tell them you're having a little problems, and ask if you can change it for free to a date further out, say a month from now. A lot of times they'll let you do that and there's no fee attached. Then wait a day or two and call back and cancel it, because you'll be far enough out from the date of travel that you should be entitled to a full refund without any fees attached. Did you know that Alaska Airlines and Delta Airlines have a guarantee time frame of when your luggage will arrive at the carousel after your flight? You have 20-minute guarantee from both those airlines. From the time your flight and your plane pulls into the gate and that fasten seatbelt light goes off, you have set a 20-minute timer. If your luggage is not at the carousel then, you just see the representative for the airline and you're entitled to 2,500 points or $25 per person. When traveling to places that you've never been, sign up for some free city tours. Many cities have free tours, and if you sign up for one of those on the first day or two of your visit, you'll meet a lot of people and you'll get recommendations from other people, things they like, things they didn't like, recommendations for other tours. And a lot of times that guide is a local and he can tell you the great places to eat. So you're eating like a local and spending like a local, which can tend to be a lot cheaper too. For example, we went to Oaxaca and we signed up for a tour, and we left with so many recommendations from other people on the tour and from the guy who gave us the tour. It was priceless. It was places and things and drivers, referrals, things we never would have found on our own. When traveling to another city, look for city passes. Some of the big cities have these passes that allow you to attend multiple attractions in their city for one set price, and that can really be a money saver. For example, Chicago has it. You can go to the Shedd Aquarium, the museums, Navy Pier, the zoo, all in one pass, and you can wind up saving a pretty penny, especially if you have a family. One of my favorite travel hacks is those packing cubes. I highly recommend them. It changed my packing life. It's amazing how much you can get into those little carry-ons, especially when they're not weighing the luggage and you don't have a weight restriction. You can get a lot in that bag using those packing cubes. Amazon has so many to choose from. One of my favorite things to pack in my carry-on is a wrap or a scarf. You can use it as a blanket on the plane. You can use it as a shawl when you're out at night. It has many functions. Roll it up, use it as a pillow. And when you roll it up and put it in your bag, it can tend to be pretty tiny. So one of those things can serve multiple functions and be a lifesaver. When traveling, it's really important to stay hydrated. Bring a refillable water bottle, bring some lip balm and some hand lotion. Staying hydrated is really important when flying. Sometimes you can't avoid spotty internet service, so when traveling, be sure to download offline maps, download your books, your movies for flight entertainment, and see if you can have some apps that you can access when not online, specifically maps and traveling. I think my ultimate favorite travel day perk would be lounge access. If you don't have lounge access, look into getting it with one of your credit cards or sign up for Priority Pass. Having lounge access, especially if you have long layovers, is priceless. Of course, you get free food, free drinks, but some of them have respite rooms where you can nap, rooms where you can shower, office rooms, and obviously you can hook to their internet for free and have computer plugins and recharge all your accessories. I highly recommend lounge access. When traveling to a foreign country, get a SIM card. A local SIM card will allow you to have data and calls without racking up all those crazy fees on your domestic homeland account. Obviously, travel with a portable charger that will fit all your devices, and make sure you have your cords. And it's nice to keep them in a separate bag, keep them all organized. Again, we'll go back to the packing cube. They have one specifically for all of your cords and charging devices. Of course, sign up for TSA PreCheck, Global Entry. Those will save you tons of time waiting in line and allow you to get to that lounge sooner to have that cocktail or snack. Speaking of snacks, always travel with a few snacks in your bag. It never hurts to be prepared. For example, I had a nonstop flight to Chicago this past week, only to find out when I got to the airport that it was delayed. I was able to snack and drink in the lounge, of course, but then when I got to my gate to get on my flight, I found out that it now included a layover in Houston. So I wound up getting to my destination about 4 hours late at 2:30 in the morning. So having some snacks on hand really helps, especially when you get to those airports late at night and everything's closed. Another tip, take a photo of your luggage. Of course, we have air tags and we have different colored luggage and we tie ribbons on our luggage to make them stand out. But if your luggage were to get lost, if you had a photo of it as well as an air tag, that would really help in locating your luggage and getting it back to you sooner. And here's a favorite piece of advice from a flight attendant. When traveling and getting on that plane and you're putting your luggage in the overhead bin, put it a row or two in front of you and on the opposite side of where you're sitting. That way, when you're about to get off the plane and you start getting out of your seat, you're not holding people up, you're not having people behind you pushing you. You can take a few steps and have a little bit more room to get that out and down and be on your way. On my flight this past weekend, I wish I could have shared that information with everybody, because seeing people going up and down the aisle and fighting, trying to get back 3 rows to get their luggage out was a scene. And if you want to rest on your flight, don't forget to bring some noise-canceling headphones and an eye mask. That'll really make getting some rest a lot easier. To refresh before deplaning, bring some of those Colgate teeth wipes. That really helps when you can brush your teeth at your seat with just one of those little wipes. Bring some face wipes to freshen up and some lip balm. When you deplane, you'll feel a lot better and a lot cleaner. And along the same lines as clean, do not forget your Clorox wipes to wipe down your seat and your tray and your armrests. That flight I was on this past week, we got off that plane, had to go through customs and get right back on the same plane, and I know they didn't clean it, and they did not put us back in the same seats. So I can only imagine who was sitting in my seat before me. So having those Clorox wipes helped me feel a little bit more comfortable. And lastly, see if you can upgrade with points once you get to your gate. Sometimes upgrading with points at the last minute is a lot cheaper than trying to upgrade online when you're booking your flight. For example, getting to the gate and seeing if there's any available seats in first class, they may want to fill them and give you a much better deal than you could have gotten online. Now remember, the effectiveness of these hacks can vary per person, per destination, depending upon what flight you're on and your personal preferences. So I hope these have helped you. If you like any in particular or you have any to add, leave them in the comments down below. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe. Thanks. Happy travels.